That is going in there and running tonight.
So in theory, this thing should fire up now.
There's still that much oil. I mean, this thing has been railed on.
So it is day 3 now here at Juicy Motorsports. My friend Mac over here was just taking the intake apart. We wanted to reuse my intake from my old motor because it's just in a little bit better shape. I mean, we've turned this freaking intake upside down I don't know how many times, and no oil was coming out of it anymore. So check this out. Freaking crazy. Look how much oil there's still in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah.
If you look, there's still that much oil. So it's that deep in there of oil. There's probably over a quart in there.
And like,
easy,
how many times have we had this thing upside down, turned over, trying to get all the oil? Like
all day, like trying to get it out. But
for the last 48 hours, it's been upside down.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, with all of that, if you look at the plenum where it catches everything,
it gets worse. Check this out. This is the bottom of the intake. Still has pieces of my piston in it. A big FYI to everybody that runs in Hemi in an off-road application and, you know, runs into the danger of eventually flopping it. Do not, under no circumstances, start it up without taking the intake off, taking the bottom end out of it, and cleaning that entire thing out, because there will be about a quart of oil left. Even though whenever you think this thing is dry, there's nothing left, there's another quart.
There's more. Yeah. There's more, and I have never experienced this. I've flopped plenty of rigs.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. That's what I said.
Maybe popped the plugs out of it.
Exactly. During the rollover, I said that. How many times have we gone through this process of other people flipping with an LS, with an inline 6, whatever it was? You pull the plugs, you let it, you know, spin free, spit out the oil, and you're good to go. Wow.
It's absolutely insane.
That's crazy.
And how much it must have ran with that broken piston to get it all the way up into the intake and stuff. So it must have ran and then started knocking the pistons out of it.
Yeah, yeah. God, can you imagine all this working in that? Oh my God.
I would have cried. Yeah. I would have gotten on a plane in tears.
So now, just out of curiosity, because it looks as bad as it does inside the intake, we're gonna take the heads off my old motor and show you guys how bad it really looks inside. I mean, we've already seen the smashed piston.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Check it out,
Oh
Mark.
my God.
Look at the f***ing head.
Woo!
It's actually not nearly as bad as that.
Something has left the chat for sure. Wow. Put that on my carnage tray over there. Oof. But the cylinder walls don't look too terrible.
No.
Yeah. Oh, up there.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
You didn't see it all? Over here?
I've seen it, but like, I didn't, like, the hole, it's not even like a hole in a piston. I was expecting a hole in a few pistons. Like, one piston just left the chat.
Yeah, it filled up with oil, and that's just the one that had to give. We're not even if we rebuild the engine, we're not reusing these.
They run like the PCB to the intake.
How's that looking?
And you get a little bit of blow by, a little bit of shitty stuff. These intakes aren't meant to flow fluid. It's not like an
There's, yeah, right here.
intake, so you get
There's still stuff in there, and oil, yeah, and material. So it would have just been a matter of time.
Yeah, because this is all from that one piston.
Thank God it came out of that. Yeah, and that came out of that intake. It blew over into it.
Yeah.
So rule of thumb, if you are just sitting in a chain, this engine can go either direction. So if you just take 2 screwdrivers and you run it through the holes, and you can zip tie them in place or however you want to do it. We'll end up zip tying this one because it's not going to stay up, but it will hold it. So if this chain or this engine, while you're working on it, ever tries to roll and take the chain with it, the screwdriver will stop it.
All right.
All right, let's pull this off and see what we got. That little bushing right there, so it's for a smaller torque converter snout, and so we get this out of there, and then your torque converter will slip back in there now.
Alrighty, how are we gonna get this out?
That's a trial by fire kind of thing. What we're gonna do is put a nut in here and weld to this inner ring, and then put something inside to where it builds up that surface and is in there. That way, when we run a bolt through it, we don't need a all thread, like a bolt that's basically threaded all the way through. So it'll end up looking like this. So this area in here will get filled in, then this nut will go like right there and get welded in there, and then hopefully we'll be able to turn this bolt in and push it out. Like a glove?
Hell yeah. Nice.
That is it.
Sweet.
Let's get the rest of this buttoned up. Let's get the other engine lifted up so we can grab the flex plate off of it. And then we're ready to drop this thing in the Jeep. You ready for that?
Absolutely.
That is going in there and running tonight.
Bump it down just a hair.
Pull it away.
Oh, yeah, that's what I needed. Okay, that's what I needed. Okay, you good back there, Marv?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Lower a little bit more.
You can't come up or your way at all?
Hold on 1 second. Can I tilt you? Or does that help? Bump it down one more time.
We're good. No.
Bump it down again. One more time. All right, hold tight. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay. All right. Tilt it further forward again. A little more.
That's all the tilt I got.
All right. See that fighting? That's just going to be too much.
Oh, we'll be good once we set it down onto the, once we can pluck it into that transmission.
Yeah.
Okay, he also needs to come in.
Yeah, come in a little bit more, Jeffy. Pull forward. Mac, what are you thinking?
I need him to side shift your way.
Now side shift my way. Okay. Oh.
Oh, right there.
Okay. All right, now we've got enough room to lean
That's close
forward.
enough.
All right, that's good on driving in.
Jimmy, can we come down some? Okay. Now we are way happier.
We're pretty close to being lined up here.
How does that look down there lining up wise?
Now what I need you to do is release that ratchet strap.
Oh, easy.
There you go.
All right, she's in?
Yeah. As long
Yeah.
as she drops the forklift.
As soon as we drop this chain, but yes, we're in. Show everybody. Holes lined up perfectly. The fitment was good. It's funny, you know, because you always wonder, like, there's a few things I always wonder. So, like, you've been really hard on this thing. And most people probably... You need to show the skid plate later, just for shits and giggles. As hard as Marvin's been on things, and it had a flop, I was most scared this crossbar was just going to go... Bing, ding, 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 and then we're never going to get this stuff back.
It kind of did when I took it out.
I'm sure. Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, hey, you guys put the new plugs in already? And the coils?
Yep.
Huh. Thanks, guys.
Why?
What are you talking about? Wait, plugs and coils?
Yeah.
I did put spark plugs and coils in.
All 16 of them.
Why?
Well, when I'm turning the motor over later, it's going to be like 1,000 times harder. Bing, ding, ding, ding.
Well, this is the oil pan and transmission skid plate, and then that is the transfer case that is, like, I don't know how to put it, like, as a straight edge. Here, that's the simplest way. If it was a straight edge, you shouldn't be able to see under it. But I mean, this thing has been railed on. I'll give it to him.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm familiar with your terminology.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm Washingtonian. You don't have to understand. He's knocked just about every Zerk fitting off all of the Heims.
I've given up on this fucker.
Yeah. And then the good one is, like, look at this lower freaking link mount. The whole thing is pushed over like 3/4 of an inch. So
Isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
sure.
Special mod.
But other than that, I mean, this thing has held up, or as you can see, that's the upper link mount I was talking about. And that one, I don't even know how you accomplish that. Like, were those plates straight to start with?
What?
For the third link mount? It's up like freaking an inch, bent upwards.
Oh.
How did you even accomplish that, bro?
Holy
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, how did you hit that?
I don't think that got hit. It might have been like that.
No, look at the paint. It's all broken off.
Yeah.
Like, that was a good one. Proud of you. But yeah, so protect your undercarriage, because this thing would not survive at all if it didn't have this stuff.
No.
The amount of work you have put in when you guys were originally built this to still keep it a Jeepster and still keep it basically a full-bodied wheeling rig. I mean, it just, you can tell the difference in, like, you guys just, rather than cutting it out of the way and fabricating it, you guys did cut it away, but you guys spent the time and effort to make it look like it was supposed to, like whether it was like taking a body line and raising it 2 inches, like some of the floor that you've had to cut up and move backwards, but you still held those original lines.
Looked at the substructure of the tub. All this was built. There's a whole basically frame on the underneath the floorboard that keeps the body from flexing.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Like all of like this, all of this is going through the entire freaking floor just to keep the body from flexing.
Now we just gotta finish tightening stuff up and let's get moving so we can start this thing tonight.
New day. It is day 4. We just woke up and now we're going to a real Atlanta institution. Waffle Heezy.
We're getting some waffle hazy for Sheezy in the South Easy.
Oh, is Waffle House a thing in Washington?
No, so it's not a thing in Washington, but I have been to a Waffle House.
They're in all 50 states though.
Yeah.
Fun fact, my personal truck has been in 48 states, and the gentleman that owned my truck before me bought it brand new. He buys a new truck every 2 years, and he has a construction company, and they have one client. It's Waffle House.
Yeah.
He builds all the Waffle Houses, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a solid draw, man. There's a lot of Waffle Houses. And here in Atlanta, like, so there's one. Yeah. You see the billboard back there? All the way there?
One right there. Oh, yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. We added a patty melt to it just because he's in the South. He's got to try the South. Then we got, this is the way you like, all right, if you want a legit Waffle House hash browns, like I'll tell you, put cheese on top, scatter them on the grill, and add chili. Think I'm crazy? Try it out.
I'm about to.
I will let you down.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Bing, ding, ding, ding.
The idea is to have everything done today. We have to pick up my radiator from the radiator shop tomorrow morning. So that is supposed to be the very last thing we're doing, and that tomorrow. So tomorrow, I hope all we do is put a radiator on it and load it up on the trailer. That's the idea. All right, let's get to work.
What are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm trying to find the fuel pump relay so we don't wash the cylinders down, since we're going to turn it over for oil.
For all you ladies, if you've been wondering if Mac has a Happy Trail, he's got one there. I'm terrible, sorry, I'm just terrible. Hands clear. Yeah. Yes.
Oil pressure bump at all?
Going backwards.
Oh, pressure is going backwards?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
So we're gonna change them.
Clear. That had to have been the right oil pressure. I guess when you're starting it, it just kicks back. I can't see.
Oh, it's cranking still good. You're only gonna crank it for like 2 more seconds, and then we're plugging the coil packs back in.
Bing, ding, ding, ding. Yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
All clear?
Yep.
Good. Plug the coil packs back in, primed it, built some fuel pressure. So in theory, this thing should fire up now. Moment of truth.
All right, Matt.
Yep.
I want you listening for any bad sounds.
I am.
We are, trust
All
me.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Finally.
Woo!
She's alive!
That sounds strong.
75 pounds of oil pressure. Good.
That's perfect, yeah. That's exactly where it needs to be.
Ready?
Bobbin should break.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We got voltage.
Okay.
All the voltage makes me feel a little better. Making great progress, actually. Wiring is looking clean. Andrew's doing a killer job. You having fun yet?
No. But it's necessary. It's what we do to get things done. And this is why we're a good team. So that's all it is, buddy.
We're gonna make sure everything is all right. Data lock this thing. So we're gonna use our HP tuners MPVI2. It's connected to the OBD2.
I actually opened up, I did a read of the file, make sure everything looks good with VCM editor. So we have actually a copy of the file as well in case we need to make any changes.
What does that mean?
So that is a copy of the file in the ECM, which is a computer, and the TCM, which is a computer for the transmission, which they're kind of one and the same on a Chrysler, which is really even more confusing. But just to imagine that there is an ECM and a TCM separate. We can look at our general stuff. All the engine stuff is not exactly right, but we can change that there.
6.1 V8.
Yep. It says engine size 6.1 here. For some reason it wasn't here. It was 5.7 family, all the same family.
Yeah, it is the same family.
Yeah, so we're good to go. I'm gonna open up our second piece of software, which is the other part of HP Tuners and what we're gonna use today, VCM Scanner. All right.
What does that do?
Does a host of things. So it can do anything from bi-directional controls to data logging. It's calibration and diagnostic. Hardware and software is what we advertise HP Tuners as. That's what we use it for. It's to make sure it is emissions compliant and it is running smooth and it's not overproducing NOx or not doing anything that can damage the engine or the environment.
Just to show you guys really quick how this thing is communicating with the Jeep. This is the MPVI2 right here. My OBD port comes out right here. So you just plug it in and connect it to your laptop. And they also have an app now. The app comes really handy actually, like, I don't know, if you don't have a laptop handy, you're on the trail or whatever and things are not running smooth, something is off, you can connect it to your iPhone, download the app, and then you're ready to rock and roll and can do everything that you can do on a laptop, but also on an app.
You can see the coolant temp, intake air temp, your map PSI, your time in advance, your throttle position, your O2 voltages. Obviously you want your O2 sensors working properly. The fuel system information. It's a rich piece of software. We can see this in real time. You can see everything works as intended. We're not going to leave this running a long time for the simple fact that there is no radiator.
She's alive! The moment has come. Finally close this thing down. Yep.